Hi ladies, this is Allison from Heart and Hustle, sending you a big hug hello from a very wet Santa Barbara. I hope each of you are having a really great weekend. And I'm reaching out today because I wanted to share something that I've been struggling with and a couple other ways that it can manifest, as well as how to respond to it. And the heart of this message is common ways that people get stuck when it comes to building a business. And I think this happens at almost any stage of business, but especially in the startup stage. And I want you to know that if it's something that you're going through currently, you're certainly not alone, and it's not and it's nothing to stay in. So it's important that you stay in motion, is the bottom line. And I would say if you sign off of this video at this moment, know that the golden nugget is stay in motion no matter what you do, think, feel, hear, stay in motion and keep iterating your way to the profitable, satisfying, successful business that you're interested in having. So what I've been up against this last week is feeling overwhelmed by all of the information out there, different types of information, different people giving the information on how to build the best, most profitable, beautiful, whatever business. And while I think it's appropriate to research different business models and different approaches to marketing, sales, websites, copywriting. I do think that's appropriate and necessary, and I do think it's essential for a business of any kind to stay relevant and competitive. And in order to do that, you need the strategies. You need to know kind of what's working out there in your industry at large. That kind of research and pulling that information really no longer is relevant once it becomes paralyzing. And that is what I've been feeling off and on for the last week or two as I dig into this research, and then I start to get overwhelmed by which option to choose and which one to follow and whose advice to take. And if this is you, know that it's so common, especially if you're newer to business. And really at the heart of it is, I think, at least for me, is the desire to make the right decision and to do it right from the beginning. And it just doesn't work that way. And I know this isn't necessarily groundbreaking news, but this is a reminder that it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work when you're trying to make the right decision or the perfect decision. That what's actually necessary is that you be willing, more than anything else, to take imperfect action. Because even if you didn't research what current strategies were being used and successful in your industry, you would eventually figure it out. You would eventually figure it out if you stayed in action and just kept testing different models and different approaches and kept talking to your customers or who you thought your customers were. You want to be willing to reiterate 10 times, 20 times, 50 times until you reach, that profitable model and the one that feels satisfying, the one that's meeting your needs and growing and all of those things. So, an unwillingness to take imperfect action and to stay in motion is one of the first mistakes that I think new entrepreneurs make, and it's how we get stuck. So another one that I want to mention as how we get stuck is falling into the belief that we don't have anything to say, or that we don't have anything new to say, that everything we want to say has been said and it's being said better than we can do it. And all this self-doubt and self-criticism, as you can understand without me having to tell you, but again, just a reminder, it's just not productive. It's true that you do have something to say, and it's true that it's important for your community and the world at large to hear it, and it's important to allow that creative genius to come out of you. It provides vitality and radiance to your well-being, and I encourage you to not let it stop you. And the third way that I see and have experienced myself in getting stopped with business is it really comes down to the belief that you have to go at it alone. And even though it's interesting because it's like we've heard many times before, again, that you can't do anything alone, you don't need to go at it alone, you need to ask for help. And yet, if you pay attention to how you approach your day-to-day business, there's probably a pretty good chance that you're you might know that you don't have to go at it alone, but you're definitely behaving as if you have to go at it alone. And I'm here to remind you that it's next to impossible to build a successful business alone. You Even if you're in the very beginning stages and don't have a single client, start asking for help now. In fact, it's the best time to start asking for help, because it'll save you time, and people who are ahead of you, who've already kind of been that distance, want to help. And it really does take teamwork. And so anyway, if you're falling into any one of these three categories today, which is that you get stuck or overwhelmed with an overload of information and feel, and sort of feel stuck in how to take the right action, know that that's not the approach that you want to take. It's to take imperfect action and just to keep going and keep testing no matter what it looks like. And the second one is you do have a voice. It's important for your creative genius to come out. The world is waiting. It's all true. All those inspirational quotes are true on some level. It's not the only thing that you need, but it is certainly a first and very important step. And the third thing is you're not alone. You need a team. Just accept it now that you need a team. You want a team. Start asking for help now. So I guess that's it. And I will be back again. I would be interested to know how you are struggling in your business or how you're getting stuck in other ways than what I've mentioned. And then I'd be happy to answer any questions or give advice and perspective on those. And that's it for now. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you later.